I think it's time that Donut retired. He served his time well, and I think it's about time that he has a moment of rest. You know? As we all need. She's putting Donut down. I am. You know, there's only up until a point that I am willing to take slander. We're doing a burial or cremation. Or toss him in the forest where Borrasca is. Or toss him in Borrasca. Whatever happens to him, there happens. We don't know what happens there. But we know bad things happen there. So, speaking of which, you called me 5-1. No, would you like to repeat your full sentence? Actually, you cannot like cut out important context out of it. Don't mess with me, bro. I will fuck your shit up. I'm just saying. But anyways, hi to everybody except Donut. Hello Darth, hello Ivor, hello Raven. Thank you for the 40 stream streak, Raven. Hello Saku. Is there anybody else here? No, nobody else. I can legally go play games instead. Okay, cool then. I'm not forcing you to stay here. No, it's okay. Go play games. Here, let me like ban you real quick so you can go play games. I forgot to click on poster viewer because I was setting shit up. Yeah, setting shit up took a lot of time today. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what I want to do for music in terms of these streams, right? Turns out I am not going to find any non-copyright music that's not gonna make YouTube kick my ass. So I remembered that I actually have horror ambience, like creepy ambience and such that I made, that I collected over time from my Yandere audios. So what took the most time is putting them all together. Can you stop dying? You know, she's freaking out. All right. Um, if the model keeps causing trouble, I'm gonna have to kill it. I'm not putting up with this no more. For now it seems okay. But if this is a consistent problem, I'm gonna have to just switch to PNG, which is fine. I'm okay with it. It's just an incomplete sort of experience for everybody else. Hi Metal, welcome. No, I can't stop dying, but thanks for trying. Don't die, bro. Hello, the conductor cow. Welcome. What did I walk in on? What are we murdering? My mod, I guess. It was fun knowing you. But, yes. Borrasca. I hope there's a film? Anyways. I hope that this time it doesn't cause the same issues that it did last time. We finished the first chapter, I'm pretty sure. So, to recap, in the first chapter, here, I'll back up just a little bit. In the first chapter, we had, so we learned of a place called Borrasca. Our narrator over here basically moved, I'm pretty sure. They had an older sister who was a 14-year-old honor student, and they moved, and she was really upset about having to leave behind her boyfriend and all that, but they moved anyways, because their dad, I'm pretty sure it's because their dad got a good job or something. And so our narrator ended up making friends with the neighbors' kids. One of them was a 10-year-old boy named Kyle. And there was another girl whose name was Kimber. And these two were the only kids in the neighborhood. And they became friends very quick. And they would hang out a lot and all that. Kyle and Kimber take our narrator to a place called the Triple Tree. And it's basically a huge tree house in the woods. But the entire shebang with this tree house is you can't enter unless Kyle's are always trouble. The whole shebang with the tree house is you can't enter unless you follow a specific ritual before you enter. The ritual being you have to carve your name into the trunk of the tree, and you have to say a little spell of sorts. Um, so when Kyle and Kimber take our narrator finally to this treehouse. Oh, and when they were about to go to the treehouse, Kyle's mom makes Kyle take his little brother Parker with him. So it's Parker, Kyle, Kimber, and our narrator. We're all going to the treehouse, right? Oh, and Parker is 6 years old. Kyle is 10, Parker is 6. I'm pretty sure Kimber is also about Kyle's age, and so is our main character, right? So they all go to the treehouse. They have to say the little whatever. Yeah, and the the thing that they have to say before they go is, first of all, they have to carve their name into the tree trunk. Secondly, they have to say, underneath the triple tree there is a man who waits for me, and should I go or should I stay, my fate's the same either way. And the treehouse is like a pretty chill place. They drink beer there. There's like warm beer somewhere in the walls. They pull it out, they drink it. And these tiny little children have a good old time. While they're up there, they hear a really loud sound, which is described as a loud metallic grinding suddenly pierced the calm mountain air like a gunshot. And it goes on for a little bit. So, our narrator was like, what the fuck was that? And they say we hear it sometimes in town. It's not a big deal. It's just louder up here. And then when asked what's making that sound, Kimber just says Borrasca. And it is said that it's a place in the woods where bad things happen. And there's no other further explanation, just don't ever try to find it or bad things will happen to you too. And these kids don't know who lives up there other than the skinned man, apparently. According to Parker, the 6-year-old. So after this, they go back home. And turns out, I think this is the next day at school, our main character finds out that their older sister has gone missing. Either ran away from home or gone missing, but she's just gone. Disappeared completely. So, right towards the end of the last chapter, we find out that after a lot of investigation, our main character goes up to the triple tree, the big tree house. And he's worried that his sister went there, though she had no way of knowing of that place. It was also, there is a rumor that his sister is going out with somebody in this town, which is weird because she had a boyfriend in the other town, right? No clue what happened there. It's really unexplained so far. But, you know how it said that you had to carve your name or your initials into the tree trunk? And they find her initials on the tree trunk. The saying is, if you don't follow the ritual as it is, like you have to write your name, you have to say the words, like say the little spell, um, the skinned man will come take you or something. And, well, the way that the last chapter ended was our main character sees his sister's initials freshly carved near the top um of the tree trunk. And right towards sunset, they hear the metallic roll from the mountains. And you know, this entire Borrasca thing is apparently just an urban legend that kids believe. The adults explain it as, oh, there's like, you know, there's like a whole side story to this as well, why Borrasca is the way it is. Apparently there is a mansion up in the mountains where these people live, this family lives, and you know, it's just them doing some work or something along those lines. The founders of this little town that they moved into, and people, you know, the adults are like, oh, it's just them doing some work up there, it's nothing, like it's just an urban legend, Borrasca is not real. And the story of the skinned man is apparently something that kids believe too, like babies, kids of Parker's age. And even Kyle was like, oh, you know, once we hit double digits, nobody believes that. That's just a kids thing. There's no skinned man. But, well, that's all we know so far about Borrasca. And that's primarily the main storyline of what happened in the chapter 1, for those of you who weren't here. It's a very long chapter, but that is what happened. I'll link Borrasca to you guys so you can read as well, if you want to fucking let me. Hello Caleb, welcome. They drank beer. Skin people are fun. Okay, man. Thank you for the pet. If I could link this here, that would be great. I have it on my YouTube. Copy, paste. There we go. I'll pin it so you guys can access it whenever you want. If you want to read the first chapter. Can I take your place as mod? The ambience is doing shit to me. This is how I go from joking that I'm afraid of it to actually being afraid of Ben. I see. Anyways. Yeah, they drink warm beer. So what is it related to the Crooked Man? I don't know. I don't think so. This story was suggested to me on the server, which, by the way, I have a server in case you are interested in checking that out. You can suggest more stories for me to read during Spooky Fridays, which today isn't a Friday. Can you fucking... Okay, she's tweaking now. She's taking her time. Today isn't a Friday because yesterday I wasn't well. And then I did like an impromptu stream of sorts, which I wasn't planning on doing. But typically on Fridays I read creepy stories. If anybody's ever interested in suggesting any stories, there is a whole forum on our Discord server for this. This specifically was suggested by a fellow streamer called Maribi. Sure, I'll go check out the server out. Thanks, man. Where did you say you were streaming a horror game? Huh. um, Let me see. I really hope this doesn't do the same, like, it doesn't cause the same issues that fucking Tetris was causing. That'd be really sad. Okay, wow, hold on. My VTube Studio on my phone is causing trouble. That's annoying. Close this. There we go. I'm gonna zoom out for this. Okay. OBS. I feel so out of practice with this whole streaming thing. Typically, I have everything, like, mostly under control. I don't know what's going on with me today. Or lately. Hi, Relia. Welcome. Hi, hi. How are you? I hope you're well. I'm trying to set up a thing. I see. Yes, this should do. For the most part. My Discord got hacked last night. I'm a little upset. Uh-oh, I got everything back, but I got kicked from all my servers. Oh no. I'm sorry, that sounds very frustrating. I really hope the alignment on this is okay. I'll be fine. I hope you are. Losing all your info like that can be pretty frustrating, and my chat thing is not what it should be. My stuff running over. Okay. So this is our Borrasca part 1. See how long this is? Part 2. Underneath the triple tree there is a man who waits for me, and should I go or should I stay, my fate's the same either way. Good morning. The words faded back into the ether and I awoke with a start. Jimmy Prescott was lounging against the wall near the door, an amused yet disapproving look on his face. Shit, sorry, Mr. Prescott, I didn't hear you come in. You know, I worked here when I was a kid too. I installed the bell on the door for this very reason. Then he seemed to wake you up, though. He laughed. I mumbled another apology and idly straightened a stack of business cards in front of me. Late night? Ah, kinda. Very. I hope you weren't out at the bonfires with all the other underage drinkers. No, sir. Yep. Good. Anyway, I'm just here for my lunch. I'll take a Parmesan chicken with avocado on rye. Yes, sir. Happy that the conversation was over, I walked over to the sandwich counter and unwound the twisty tie from the rye bread. Jimmy Prescott stepped back from the counter and idly studied the pictures on the wall, though he'd seen them 1,000 times before. Most of the photos were of the Prescott family, taken over the last century. I'd always thought it odd decor, but then the shop was named after them after all. Is Mira here? Prescott asked as I wrapped up the sandwich. She's in the back. I thought she'd still be in St. Louis. Louis? I don't know. Well, when you're finished, would you mind getting her for me? Shit. Yes, sir. I handed him his sandwich and went to the back to find Mira. She was in the office, furiously punching the keys on her accounting calculator. Mira? Jimmy Prescott is out front. He wants to talk to you. She turned and gave me a dubious look. One moment, guys. Sorry, Vince, this came in. Just joined the Discord waiting to get verified now. You'll get verified soon, I hope. Can you move it a little to the right? It's a little behind the channel. It's making my OCD explode. Yeah, you're right, actually. I was worried that it was gonna cut out from the other side. I suppose. Let me fix that. There we go. Is that better? She turned and gave me a dubious look. Did he say, "What about?" I shook my head. Okay. She sighed. You can go home for the day, Sam. But, are you sure? I still have 3 hours on the clock. He's the only customer we've had since we opened. Don't worry, I'll pay you for the whole day, kiddo. Thanks, Mira. Good luck, I guess. I gave her a sympathetic shrug and she patted my arm. I didn't know how she did it. Mira was perhaps the most burdened and stressed out woman in all of Drisking, but she never failed to be unbelievably kind. There was a hopelessness about her, a sadness that she hid very well. I left the store out the back door so I wouldn't have to see Jimmy Prescott again. His weird, yellowed amber eyes always set me on edge. Not to mention he was a total tool. I hopped in my car and texted Kyle that I was off work. He answered immediately and told me to come meet him. I happily whipped my apron off over my head and threw the car into reverse. Crystal Lake was my favorite place in all of Drisking. I had to park almost a mile away since the lake was so packed. I eventually found Kyla and Kimber sitting on a rock and jutted out over the beach. I'm an idiot. Kimber was sunbathing in a blue floral bikini, and Kyle was wearing his "no one can tell where my eyes are looking" sunglasses. I see. Okay, so I think this is a bit of a time skip. They're a little more grown up now. What I miss? I asked, sitting down next to Kimber. Not much, she answered, stretching and sitting up. Just more beer. She dug into the cooler behind her and tried to hand me a blue moon. Ugh, no, I waved it away. Got it. What is this? Excedrin? Question mark? Alcoholics in chat tell me how to pronounce this. Excedrin. Excedrin. Okay. Medicine, I see. I see. Thank you for the information. Oh no. Amber gave me her "I'm sorry" pout. Okay, then I'll just take the sunglasses. I held my hand out to Kyle, who looked back at it in horror. What? No, fuck off. Oh, come on, Kyle, give him your sunglasses. Sam didn't get to sleep off his hangover like we did. I smiled at Kyle as he tightened his lips. We both knew exactly what I was doing. Kimber stroked Kyle's arm in encouragement. Please? She asked. Fine, he said, and shoved his blue blockers at me. I put them on and sat back, turning my head to watch the girls on the beach below. Phoebe Dranger, I suppose? Dark-haired girl. Oh yeah, Phoebe. She was one of the people back in the first chapter who was being a bitch to Kimber. Was lying on a towel next to Roundface and giggling. All these people, by the way, dark-haired girl, Roundface, these people are like, these are girls who are being really, really mean to Kimber, in school. It still seemed unnatural to me to see the two of them without Rude Nose. The three had been inseparable, working as fluidly together as the gears in a watch until Christy had fallen in love with some college kid and run away. So why'd you get out of work early anyway? Kyle asked. Prescott came in. Ew. Kimber squirmed. He totally freaks me out. He's been staring at me since 5th grade. Ew. Next time he stares at you, let me know and I'll knock him the fuck out. Kyle had always been protective over Kimber, but ever since they started dating, it'd gotten 10 times more unbearable. Oh, they started dating. Ooh, nice. Kimber winked at him. So, what did he want, Sam? He wanted to talk to Mira, probably about the sandwich shop. You mean about how no one goes there and the business should have closed years ago, but it won't because the Prescotts are stubborn and vain? Kyle said. Yeah, probably. I mean, she looked pretty worried. I can count on one hand how many sandwiches I've sold in the past month. Ouch. Kimber grimaced. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's going to get chewed out. I really don't like that guy. I thought about the squirmy, yellow-eyed freak yelling at sweet little Mira and it made my blood boil. You should have met his dad. Kyle snorted. He was a piece of work. His dad? Yeah, Tom Prescott. Kimber said. The family put him in a home a few towns over. Why is he in a home? I heard he got dementia and he was embarrassing the family in public, Kyle said. I heard that too. Kimber brushed her long curls off her shoulders. I always liked Tom Prescott. It was a pretty shitty thing to do. What the fuck? Hey, kids! We turned in unison to see Phil Saunders come stomping out of the bushes behind us with... What are these names, dude? These last names are killing me. I'm just gonna call this guy Mike. With Mike following behind. So, this is where the cool people hang out. High above the kingdom on Pride Rock. What's up, Mike? Kyle said, ignoring Phil, whom he disliked ever since Phil had briefly dated Kimber. Oh. Phil was either unaware of or uninterested in Kyle's feelings. Of course, that may also have been because Phil was stoned out of his mind most of the time, and now was no exception. They sat down next to us, and Mike offered me his pipe. Wanna hit this? I did want to hit it, and pretty badly too. I reached up to grab it, but Phil swatted my hand away. Careful, guy, you don't want to get the sheriff's son high. For fuck's sake, Mike. Mike nodded knowingly and shoved the pipe back into his pocket. I scowled. Really? Sorry, Sammy. Hell, the only reason I'm even smoking around you is because today is my cousin's death anniversary, and I don't give a shit about anything else. Your cousin Hannah? Kimber asked with a sympathetic look. Yep. 5 years 5 years she's been gone. Too many people disappear in these woods, man, Mike said as he exhaled a cloud of smoke. Yeah, man, Phil nodded. You know, sometimes when I'm high, I can see them all. And I feel like I know the answer to the mystery, man. Like, I'm so close to solving it. It's just something I can see. Like, they're all puzzle pieces, and in my mind, I can see the puzzle put together, but I can't tell what the picture is of, you know? You're fucking high, Saunders, Kyle said. We all are, man. We all are. Everyone in this town is drinking and fucking Kool-Aid. Drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. Drinking and fucking Kool-Aid. I'm gonna drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. Kimber raised an eyebrow at him, but said nothing. What's this whole thing about drinking Kool-Aid? Like, I keep hearing about it everywhere. I just want to fuck the Kool-Aid. I don't know. I don't know. I don't... Leave me alone. Buggin', but... Oh! Hi! Europe's greatest couple in chat. Yep. Trying to soul read who's typing is an experience. I was looking at a word and it was palette and I thought it said Pilate or something. I was so confused on it. Hi Saul, welcome. Science. Right now it'd be the bug. The bun is playing on my Steam Deck. Aww. Stardew? Yeah, sounds like her. Don't know what to the Kool-Aid, leave me alone. Englishman, English. Drinking the Kool-Aid is to do with a cult. Tell you later. Drinking the Kool-Aid means believing everything you're told. I see. Why is it called that? My lawyers have advised me to answer this question. Okay, man. Why is it called that? Like, I've heard so much about this whole Kool-Aid thing. Like... But I have no idea what it is or what it means. It was also in a Kesha song. I have cranberry juice that I'm not drinking for some reason when I could be having a good old time drinking cranberry juice. Mm-hmm. 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 Hi, Bo. Welcome. Kool-Aid is just weird juice. That much I know. Because a cult used Kool-Aid to poison their members. Really? It is not good because this cult drank poisoned Kool-Aid. And whole heart candy. Ooh. They didn't question it and just all died for one guy. I mean, that's kind of what a cult is, no? I've never felt so. The only poison is the venom you can't stop loving when you're here. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Wow. um, oh, she's reading smut again. Someone stop her. I wish. At this point, I wish I was reading smut. Don't give Ben ideas. That's enough info about Kool-Aid. Uh, it's okay. Now that I know, I can look the rest up. Also, hi, Forest. She may be venom, but I could never resist. Listen, man. Listen, Forest. You know what? Maybe I am reading smut. The smut being literally my chat. Like, the smut being the chat, bro. One moment. I am distracted by something. Okay, distraction over. Was Chad being slandered? That's the people. Hi, how are you? I'm doing okay. I'm doing a little better today than I was yesterday, thankfully. Um, today, my mind is in a bit of a. I don't know. I feel like it's in a bit of a daze today. I don't know how to explain it. Like, nothing feels real. Nothing feels real today. I don't know. I don't. Or maybe it's just right now. There are times where my brain will randomly go into this state of like nothing feels real. I suppose. So, um, yeah. None of us could resist. Okay, man. Okay, man. Okay. You know what, Forrest? I am reading Spot. At this point, I might as well just. Discord usernames, we are smart writers. Come on. Chat being slandered. Don't put me into this we. You are into this we, bro. You are part of like you are basically representing the people here, Donut. Like whatever you do will also be put on the rest of chat because of you. So like take your job seriously. I'm not here. Oh, I'm not yet. I'm here to enter my phase of my Warhammer OC. Oh god. Shut up, Twin. Thank you. Thank you. I'm literally a smart writer VA. It's fine. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Um. Huh. Interesting. Warhammer OC book? Ayo. Yeah, we've got a bunch of nerds in our community and half of them write smut, I guess. I like I get slandered too much for the things that I don't even do. For the last 2 weeks, Satan has been bothering me and making bad things happen every time. Oh no. But I get more people to read the first one so I can make it better. You wrote a smut? Oh wait. Oh wait. Should Should one write smut? You should 100% write smut. Bun says we should. You should. Donut is our example. For example, okay, man. I should know that the smut phase is literally just Mousy being in love with someone. How is that smut? What is your idea? Darth, what is your idea of smut? Would you like to share with the class? What do you think smut is? Do you think it's just two people being in love? Share smut with the class, right? I shall consider some themes. Bro, bro. He's like, yeah, I'm in my smut phase of my book. And the phase only involves two people being in love. Nothing else? No plop 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 get pregnant? None of that? Then what's... You know what? Maybe I should give you a small rollback on the server. Yes, it will contain a medium. Just try something about by more than enough smut. I do not know what that is. I'm not gonna lie to you. My D&D campaign has both Yuri and Yaoi. Let's go. I'm not at that point, smut phase. And it's just holding hands. That's so pure, I feel. That's why it's smut in the universe. Then it's smut because Warhammer rarely contains any romance. No, not good enough. Make them fuck. You've ruined him. I have not done shit. Thank you so. Congratulations on second vote. The Emperor children has entered the chat. The second redeem an hour in. Huge, huge. This is blasphemous, but I'm just. Thank you for the pets. Oh. Oh, why are you so far away? Come closer. Yeah. Okay, chat. I gotta write this smut scene, then send it to Ben when I do eventually write it, just so it's written to perfection. See what we just doing? Because you scare me, bro. Thank you for the pets. Thank you for the pets. Thank you for the pets. Hi, Miss. See. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the pets. Anyways, going back to the story. Kimber raised an eyebrow at him but said nothing. Everyone except the dead ones. I can see what they looked like before they went into the ground. Or is it the grounder? Shit, I don't know, man. Mike said to the space in front of him. Yeah, I see all those people. Hannah, Paige, Jason Metley. Hell, I've even seen your sister Walker. Kyle, who I knew had been monitoring the conversation for mention of this very thing, sprang to his feet and opened his mouth to yell at Phil. Nah, Whitney Walker ran away to St. Louis, remember? Mike said. I saw Kyle and Kimber exchange a quick look as I tried to remain impassive from behind the blue blockers. That true, man? Phil asked, and there it was. I knew Kyle and Kimber had always wondered what I thought about Whitney and if I'd ever accepted the official statement that she and Jay had run away together. They were kind enough to not bring it up, and I knew they wanted to know what I believed, what I thought had really happened. I loved them both, and I wanted to talk to them about it, but I just couldn't. Everyone thought that I had spent the last 7 years quietly grieving and that I'd put the incident behind me. At least, that's what I tried to show them. The truth was that I'd never given up on Whitney. I waited for. I wait. I'd waited years for Jay to show up on social media, and when I finally found him last year, I'd been devastated. I'd always hoped the official report was right and that Whitney was somewhere far away from here, alive and happy with Jay Bauer. Bower? I don't know. But his MySpace page showed a thriving teenager still living at home with his parents, his ex girlfriend, Whitney, the furthest thing from his mind. When I brought the evidence to my dad, he read the pages I'd printed off and then shut the door to his office with me on the other side. I heard him crying in there for hours just as a way for him to reopen the case and bring the smackdown on the Butler County Sheriff's Department. But justice had never come, and we never mentioned Jay Bower again. For whatever reason, I never told Kyle and Kimber about any of that. Maybe it was because I was worried they'd blow it off like my dad had, or maybe, and far more likely, I didn't want them to know how obsessed I'd become with the Borrasca and the skinned men. I knew, as assuredly as the sun would rise tomorrow, that Whitney's death had happened there, just like all the others who'd gone to the triple tree. I was suddenly very aware of 4 pairs of eyes staring at me. Yeah, it's true. She ran off with this guy Jay from our hometown, I answered. That was enough for Kyle. Alright, guys, seriously. He's the sheriff's kid. What do you think's gonna happen if he gets caught with weed? The little man is right, Phil. Let's bounce. I don't need any more trouble with the cops around here, Mike said. Later, Walker, Kimber, little man. Phil stood up, brushed off his pants, and jumped from the boulder onto the sandy beach below. He sprayed sand all over a couple of freshman girls who squealed and called him an unthoughtful ass. Phil tipped his invisible hat to them and said, "Ladies," before walking off. Mike followed him down, and as I watched them make their way down the beach, I became aware of the conversation going on behind me. I didn't say I wanted to go. I said I had to go, Kimber said. It's only 2 o'clock, and it's Sunday. I know, but my parents have been fighting a lot lately, and I don't want to leave my mom alone too long. I thought she was doing better. A little. She's still depressed, Kyle. Do you want to stay over at my place tonight? Kimber's voice dropped into a whisper. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. What? No, wait, that's not what I meant. I'd sleep on the pull-out in the basement and you would have my room. Very awkward silence. My parents love you, you know, he added. Kimber laughed. I know. I just want to be there for my mom right now. Thank you, sweetie. And then the absolute disgusting sound of my best friends kissing. I would never get used to it. They either need to be in a polycule or... Hi, Cypher. They either need to be in a polycule or our main character needs to get a girlfriend ASAP. Because God knows I know exactly what sound he's talking about and how weird it feels. I swear to God, thank you so much for all... I was gonna get Monster. You know what, Forrest? How about let's hold your redeem? Let's put it on hold for a moment. Because I will do it. I'm just gonna require a little bit of time. Because of reasons. And my VTube studio on my phone is dying again. I love this app so much. Give me one moment, guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Forgive me. I am. You know what? I should not complain. I need to do the push-ups. Thank you so much for the pets. Thank you so much for the lurker check-in. Is Venus being awesome and bring you a monster? Yes. After I begged her. Been having more technical difficulties than Amelie, and that's saying something. I think we gotta get Sayu in here. I am. Hi, back on nerd. I don't have a Sayu in my life, bro. I don't got nobody to help me, like, just be on standby all the time that I can just call and be like, hey, Ventus is the goal. Listen, this is after I've bought her shit numerous times, okay? Nobody calls me the goat for any of that. Whatever, I guess. Someone needs to get the real Saya to help out our man because I don't think I would be able to handle that, bro. The thing is, he's one of my favorite VAs when it comes to like games. So whenever I hear he's in a game, he's voicing a character in a game, I immediately want to play it. Like, he is one of my favorite VAs out there. Like, in terms of like games, anime, like, as if I hear that he's voiced in it, I'd wanna like watch it or play it. Now the thing is, I would actually just shit myself if I ever ended up getting to interact with the dude. I'd call you the goat if I knew about it, but you the goat. I see. I think the gifts make up for it. I'm not gonna slander Ventus, actually. I was gonna say something, but I will not proceed with that thought. If that ever happens, he will always remember you afterwards. What, if I shit myself in front of him? Yeah, I think he will remember. He's gonna be like, yeah, I went to this, like, con, and there was this bitch who shot herself. Like, I think he would probably remember that, yes. I don't think that's ever happened before. You really know how to make an impression, don't you? Right? Like, just spontaneously shitting myself in front of, like, one of my favorite VAs. Right, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm so cool. This grown woman dressed like a 12-year-old emo twink shat herself. Unfortunate. He's gonna go on stream like, yeah, this happened. Insane. Um, man. No, unfortunately, I don't have a Sayu in my life. All my friends, every time I've tried to, like, ask for help from anybody, and I've shown them my issue, the thing is, my situation itself is so cooked that my friends look at my situation and they're like, yeah, we don't know how to help you, man. You could do these things, and I try those things, and the system breaks even more. And they're like, yeah, buddy, you're on your own. I don't fucking know what's wrong. Figure it out. Um, you'd make a great first impression with them. Then, to be fair, most cons smell like multiple people should them. Unlike you, I get to talk to my favorite VA. This emote. I wish I got to talk to my favorite VA. Sadly, I'd never be able to talk to him. Why? Just talk to him. Have you ever tried the incense and praying like I suggested? I have not yet. I need to. No clue how VTube Studio works, so yeah, I can't help with that. It's not even VTube Studio. Like, this VTube Studio thing is a very recent thing that I'm gonna try and figure out first. But it's more so just like OBS stuff, streaming stuff, I feel, typically. Because I don't think I can get into contact with Peter Cullen when he lives in America and I live in down under. That is true. Anyways, going on to the story. So they're aggressively making out. Ugh, on that note, I'm out of here too. I stood up and gave them both a shaming look. Oh, come on, Sam, don't be jealous. We'll find you a girlfriend someday. Kyle joked. I don't really need your help with that, I muttered, glancing down at the beach where Emmeline Adler was sunbathing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Last week of school, Kimber yelled at my retreating back. Thank God. Tomorrow was the last Monday of the school year, and while I should have been thankful my sophomore year was ending, I wasn't. The summer meant no distractions, more time to think, and even more hours of boredom at Prescott artisan sandwiches. But I wasn't looking forward to tomorrow for another reason. Besides it being Monday, it was also sophomore ditch day. My dad had caught on to that several weeks ago and warned me to set a good example and go to school that day. Sometimes I really hated being the son of a cop. Kimber and Kyle were sympathetic and had offered to share in my misery. I had, of course, said yes, much to Kyle's sadness. As I'd expected, my dad was waiting for me when I got home. We shared a brief, strained conversation about our respective days, and then he finally got to it. Remember, Sammy, we're cracking down on truancy this year. I want to see you at school tomorrow. Yeah, I got it, Dad. And I hope I won't have to write a ticket to Kyle either. I sighed. It's just a tradition. Even the teachers sort of encourage it. On Friday, they said, I don't care what they said, Sam. Besides, the fact that I'm the sheriff, I'm also your father, and I want my son in school. I laughed and shook my head. What a joke. I can't control what Kyle does. Fair enough, but you can control what you do. I said nothing and Dad sighed. It's almost over, Sam. Just get through these last 5 days and you can be done with school for a few months. What is this sound, bro? feel like I'm being touched on, not in the good way. Well, get used to it. The more you get used to it, the more you like it. Bad attitude to have. It's the attitude that has helped me survive these last few years. I don't know what to do. Is my stream dying? No, 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 no. Not a good way to think. Not inaccurate in a good sense. In a food sense. Just be careful. I'm speaking from experience. I don't know what to do. That is all I know. I hope my stream isn't dying, by the way. I really hope it's not. Tell me if it is. Because on my end, some things are breaking. Redeemed Edge. Wait. Yeah, some things are breaking on my end. Give me a moment. Bitch, we care about you. Oh, hi, Mari. Did I get it right? What redeem died? Wait. My Twitch won't load for some reason. Cannot connect to the server at twitch.tv. Bro, I don't do this to me. Oh yeah, funny thing happened recently. I was thinking for a couple days, I was like, should I download Opera? 2 days later, Opera just downloads itself on my thing. Pat isn't showing up. I see. Thank you for refunding that, actually. Things are breaking on my end. I have no idea why. That's usually not a good thing. I know that's... I know that's not a good thing. I know that's not a good thing. Well... Restart stream, I think I have to. Bro, this is pissing me off. It's pissing me off. Hello? Yeah, to switch my Wi-Fi to a thing. Do some messing around with my Wi-Fi to see if it helps at all. Okay, now it's working. Cool. I'm sorry. Thank you for the pets. Okay. Where were we? There's a lot. There's so much left. It's almost over. It's almost over, Sam. Just get through these last 5 days and you can be done with school for a few months. Fine. I walked out of the kitchen rudely, ending the conversation. I climbed the stairs and passed by Whitney's door on the way to my— holy shit, that's loud. Imagine if there's a part 3. There most definitely is. The light was on and silence was behind it. I knew my mother was in there. She was always in— I don't know what that was. I have no idea what happened. No clue what happened. The region came pre-packed with jump scare. It really adds to the flavor. That's No, that's chicken frying ASMR actually. It's chicken being fried ASMR. Um, I walked into my own room, shut the door behind me, and locked it. The next day at school ended up being more embarrassing than anything else. There were a few other people who hadn't skipped, maybe a total of 10 of us. Um, the looks they shot at me made it clear that my dad was the reason they were there. Kimber, great friend that she was, happily went to her classes like it was a normal day. Kyle attended all of my classes with me. The teachers who had been looking forward to an easy day couldn't have cared less. Just before lunch, an officer came around to all the classrooms and asked for copies of the attendance sheets. Dad really wasn't kidding about cracking down this year. I was going to get shit from people all summer. At lunch, Kyle and I went out to my car to smoke. Usually we were hidden by dozens of large pickup trucks, but today we were out in the open and vulnerable. I moved the car back to a shady corner of the parking lot and Kyle pulled out his bowl. Did you text Kimber? I asked him while he hit it. While he hit it? While y'all are hitting it in the car? Your girlfriend? Hello. Yep. He said through tight lips as he let the smoke sit in his lungs and then blew it all out over my dashboard. She went home around fourth period. She said her mom called her and she was going home to take care of her. I don't know, man. Doesn't her mom hate you? I asked, taking my turn with the bowl. Yeah, I mean, that's a fairly new development. Ever since Kimber and I started dating, but I'm pretty sure she's always hated me and just hit it better before. Now that she's all depressed and whatever, she doesn't give a shit. It's hard to picture anyone hating Kyle. Why can't Kimber's dad take care of her? I don't know. I hit the pipe again. Hey man, let's not even go back today, Kyle said. You think? I asked. Yeah, I mean, you put in 4 periods. You've been a good son. An officer dickass already came around and collected the attendance sheet. Dickass? Really? You're better than that, man. Officer ass dick? You're fucking baked, Kyle. Seriously, man, let's go. I thought about it a second. Kyle was right. I'd done my duty as a son and I'd left now that I'd have enough time to go to GameStop before work. Fuck it. I turned on the ignition. Kyle sat up in his chair and rolled down the window to clear out the smoke. Hey man, can you drop me by Kimber's? Sure, but how are you gonna get home? Can you come get me after work? My sister walked in doing the meow 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 song and handed me my monster. Base Ventus, hi Ventus. I just want to lock in and read. Hopefully get through the chapter before something explodes fully. In Antidote Dog We Trust. I'm calling her. I'm calling her. I'm calling her. Yeah. People are talking about you. They heard you doing the meow meow meow. Hi. Hello. Based Ventus. And in Antidote Dog We Trust. That's you. I was presenting her monster that just arrived. Yes. That was the background music. Bye. Bye bye. Bye. Everyone say bye. She left and now she's peeking in just to see it. Everyone say bye. Yeah, this is the person who I said could probably replace me. if something were to happen to me. Mari says, but aww. What if her mom throws you out again? Kyle rolls his eyes. That was one time. Why can't I just drop you at home and you can take your own car? It needs new tires. New tires, of course. What Kyle really meant was that his insurance had lapsed and he didn't have any money for gas. Anyway, he'd bought the car last summer after working double shifts at the convenience store for half a year. It was an okay car, newer, but I knew he'd only wanted it to impress Kimber. Something he'd vehemently denied. Had it worked? Not in my opinion. They started dating in the fall, and Kyle quit his job to spend more time with her. Kimber didn't seem like the kind of girl to be impressed by a... What is this car name? Someone tell me? But Kyle was convinced that's how he'd won her over. I was sure all the car had really done was give him the confidence to ask her out. And now that its part in their romance is ended, the car sat in the garage of the Landy home collecting dust instead of memories. GameStop didn't have what I wanted, and neither did Driskin Games and Media. Since I had nothing else to do, I decided to show up to work early and hope that Mira would let me leave early too. I parked in front and walked in the door, unsurprised to see no one at the front counter. There were only 3 of us that worked at the shop, and sadly I never got to see the other girl, Emmeline, who worked on the days I didn't. This was disappointing to me since she was half the reason I applied there in the first place. Oh. I went into the back to tell Mira I was there and found her slumped over her desk on a pile of receipts and paperwork. This wasn't an unusual day to find Mira, but something seemed different today. This wasn't an unusual way. Okay, am I dumb? Am I dyslexic? This wasn't an unusual way to find Mira, but something seemed different today. I immediately felt a disturbance in the force, but before I could run away, she turned towards me and I saw I was right to flee. Mira was crying. I'm sorry, she said quickly, wiping her eyes. Is it 4 already? No, it's 2:15. I just thought maybe if I came in early. Oh, right, it's your ditch day. Mira wiped her eyes only to have them filled with tears again. I don't understand, Sam. The store has been operating in the red ever since I was hired to manage it. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. I offered lamely, the instinct to escape never stronger. No one comes in here, ever, and Mr. Prescott refuses to let me put signs up to advertise. He says they're unsightly, but how does he expect me to pull in business? I need this job, Sam. God, I must have looked like a frightened deer, because when Mira glanced over at me, she seemed to suddenly collect herself. Go ahead and go out to the front. I'll do your time card.
Try this.
Are you making me betray Monster?
Try it.
Why does it smell like that?
Just have it, man.
It smells like a public restroom.
What the hell? Yeah, give it back now.
No. No.
No. Do you like it?
What? Yes.
Want another sip?
Drinking a Kool-Aid? No.
Haven't even opened yours. That tastes like ass. This tastes like grape. Amazing. Amazing.
Did you just say Monster tastes like ass? I'm not talking to you ever again.
It tastes like ass.
Dude, you walked in, you said try it. Everyone's like, try it. Try it.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Did you just try the purple one? No. Ventus can no longer replace you. She doesn't like Monster. Yeah, she thinks the OG Monster tastes like ass. No. She gave me like a local brand of Monster, a local brand of energy drink. that she ordered along with my Monster, and it's like this watermelon flavored, and it tastes really good. It tastes like watermelon chewing gum. It tastes good. Do you just try the purple one? I have tried the purple Monster before. Are you betraying Monster? I'm not betraying Monster. I've had this brand before back when my family was really broke and I was really broke. And it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper than Monster. It's like half the price of Monster. So, so I was like, you know what? I need caffeine. I need energy. At the time, I was constantly like loading myself with caffeine all the time, whether that be coffee, whether that be um monster, whether that be energy drinks. It would not matter. I would just need caffeine in me. I don't know. Um, because the way that I cope with my problems is not by sleeping a lot, but by not sleeping at all. Um, now why did you yell at me for drinking the purple one? I didn't yell at you for drinking the purple one. I yelled at you because I wanted it as well, like really badly. Motherfucker sleep? Question mark. That's just. I've tried Red Bull, wasn't that good. The only energy drink I've tried a brand called. I'm interested. Tell me more about this brand called V, please. Do your redeems you have like 4 backed up? Uh-oh. Wait, let me see. I don't have mod view open. Mari likes peach. I've never tried peach Red Bull. This one was. I've tried like. There was a citrus flavored Red Bull. There was a strawberry, I think, Red Bull. I've tried those. I don't drink energy drinks. They're good. You shouldn't. It has multiple flavors, but the one I like most and the one Darth likes the most is just called guava. And it's called V. I'm gonna. I need to. Oh! Anyways, right. Local forest dweller. I don't know if he's still here. Get sponsored Venom Energy. Bro. Bro, I remember Metal sent that to me. He was like, "You need to get sponsored by these people," but I would have to drink that energy drink for that. I think question mark. I don't fucking know how sponsorships work. I've never done one before. Yes. What if I want to try a Monster? Don't. Stay pure. Stay good. Strawberry and apricot Mari rates. I see. Yes, it's called V. I miss V so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, bro, I need to turn on the AC. So she's drinking some V. Yep, smothering right there. Uh, if anybody wanted to write fanfiction of me and V, I absolutely would not mind. In fact, I would read it on stream. Oh, I don't know if Lucius is still here. I think he redeemed that when I was struggling. But, I'll wait for a little bit. If he comes back, I'll do the Love Me redeem. Well, if he doesn't, well. Thank you for the stretch, by the way. Patreon only stream, yeah. I think she wants to drink V-Real, but um, anyways. That specific flavor, yes. I think I'll pick up the can for you, thank you. Are you writing your Yume ship story? No, I'm reading a spooky story. Remind me what Yume ship is? I've been seeing this term everywhere on Twitter. I do not know what it is, actually. More good energy than a singing solar panel. It's blue flavored. It tastes like blue. Reading is a strong word for this yapping stream. How about you shut the fuck up? No good for heartache. Wait, one moment. Like a teacher being talked out of teaching. Yeah, fine. So Mira is crying. She didn't have to tell me twice. I really liked Mira and I hate seeing her like this. This is why he doesn't have a girlfriend, because he sees a girl he likes. He sees the girl he likes crying and he doesn't do shit about it. He just wants to get out and leave. The friend didn't end up being much better. I could hear Mira crying over the store's dated music track. Her sobs went from painfully audible to muffled whimpers. About after half an hour, I decided I had to do something. Since I was entirely unequipped to deal with an adult woman's emotions, I decided to call Mira's husband, Owen. Oh, she has a husband. That is very loud. Shut the fuck up. It's better than being turned on by it, unless... I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not saying anything, actually. Um... He was thankfully at home and answered on the second ring. I'll be right there. I breathed a sigh of relief when I heard a car pull up outside and saw the tall, girthy Owen get out. Well, that is a weird way to explain describe the dude. He walked in during a quiet lull in his wife's breakdown. I'm sorry to call you at home, Mr. Daly. I just didn't know what else to do. That's okay, Sam. You did the right thing. He looked tired, and I could tell the situation wasn't new to him. Is she okay? I mean, like, will she be okay? Oh, yeah, he nodded. I'm just going through some things. Oh, Mira said the store is going bankrupt too. I winced as soon as the words were out of my mouth. Yeah, Owen ran a hand through his hair. That's part of it. Although I don't think Jim is going to let that happen. Mira is more upset about... He sighed. Has Mira told you about her, appointments? No. Well, we've been trying to get we've been trying to get pregnant for years. Long, painful years. It's just so goddamn important for her to have a baby, and she blames me for our problems. He walked around the room staring at the pictures, not really talking to me anymore. I don't understand why it's important to her. I just don't understand the obsession with it. Because she's the last one in our family? Because she's the last McCaskey on the planet? I mean, does she even realize that our baby wouldn't be a McCaskey? He'd be a Daily. I tell you, Sam. Never marry a woman with a crazy father and 4 dead uncles. They develop these obsessions with lineage and 4 dead uncles? What? Oh, yeah, famous ones. You know the 4 brothers who died in the Drisking mines? Well, that only left her dad. And her parents were only able to conceive her. She leaves her as the last McCaskey and hope for the family line. So of course you see this is so of course you see how this is all my fault. I looked at him blankly and he sighed. I'm sorry, kid. These aren't your problems and they're way over your pay grade anyway. I'm just very stressed out at these days. Our fertility issues and Mira's absolute abhorrence to our only other option. But how did they die? I was desperate to talk about anything else, and the story of Mira's uncles interested me. The McCaskey boys? I don't really know. They died on the mountain somewhere. Oh, well, have you heard of the skinned men? Skinned men? Yeah, I don't think so. What about Borrasca? I'm brag! Miramar return remains to be seen. Bye bye, Dart. Thank you so much for dropping by. Don't call him Gorthy. Owen Daly squeezed his eyes shut and pushed on his temples with his fingers. What? What does a Borrasca have to do with anything? Owen? Mira Mira's voice squeaked from the doorway. Oh, baby, are you okay? Sam called the house. I want to do it. You do? Owen asked dubiously. I called him. His eyes flickered over to me and I immediately looked away. Another conversation I didn't want to be a part of. Sam, why don't you take off for the day? Mira and I will handle things here. Okay. I mumbled and bolted out for the door. Once I was in my car and backing away, I called Kyle. Dude, fucking weird shit is going down in this town. What happened? I can't explain it over the phone. Where are you at? I'm at Kimber's. Are you off work? Yeah, I'm coming to get you. By at Kimber's, Kyle meant sitting on the curb in front of the house. Kicked off the property again. When I pulled up, Kimber came out and met us at the curb. I'm so sorry, Kyle, she said. She's really upset today. She wouldn't even let me leave the house to sit with you. It's okay, he said. Don't worry about me. I just want to make sure you and your mom are okay. We're okay, and my dad will be home soon. Text us when he gets home and we'll come get you, I said. I wish I could. I'm babysitting tonight until 7:30. Maybe after that? Sure. Kyle and Kimber hugged goodbye, and then Kimber rushed back to her house as something crashed inside. So what's going on? Kyle said, taking a drink of a warm Dr. Pepper sitting on my cup holder. You're still wearing your apron, you know. Mira had a breakdown, I said, peeling it off. Really? What happened? I told Kyle the full story, giving particular attention to the 4 uncles. Yeah, the McCaskies. I've heard of them. Didn't know Mira was one, though. I thought they were all dead. Yeah, she's the last one. So, do you think the McCaskey deaths have anything to do with the other disappearances? It had been a while since I'd mentioned anything about Borrasca, and Kyle choked a little on the Dr. Pepper. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe if the disappearances started around the same time. How can we find out? Maybe the cops? There have to be police reports. Okay, but what if I couldn't ask my dad? Kyle shook his head. I don't know then. What about, records? The historical society people, maybe? Oh, yeah, he said, nodding. We can try them. They're over on 2nd. They share an office with Drisking Arts and Antiques. I made a U-turn and started back toward town. Hey, why are we doing this? I'd known the question was coming. I'd hoped to have more answers myself before I had to give him one. Just Whitney was all I could say. Kyle didn't ask anything more. The Historic Preservation Society of Trisking was at the back of the building, and we had to walk through the antiquities shop as the owner, Mr. Granger, eyed us warily. At the end of a short hallway, we found a small room with 2 desks pushed together. One was empty, and the other was stacked high with books and folders of loose paper. We could hear someone typing behind the stacks. Why Mpreg? Why Mpreg? If that bastard was a seahorse, he'd already be pregnant. Also, I'm not gonna lie, guys. You know this Kyle character? This Kyle character? So, you know our friend Kaylisle, right? Why is it always the seahorse? Because they can get pregnant! So, you know our friend Kaylisle, right? You know the person I read, like, the left-right game with? I'm trying to, like, imagine what these people look like, right? As I read this story, I'm trying to imagine what each person looks like. For some reason, every time I try to imagine Kyle, the only thing that comes to mind is Kaylisle's model. Because their names are so similar. I remember seeing the word Kyle and I was like, oh, do we like invite Kaylisle for this too? He's gotta voice the Kyle character. If she could, she would try and get me. And if you're a good boyfriend, you'd let her. Guilt by association. So tell her I 100% support. I 100% support her too. If you are a good boyfriend, you would let her get you pregnant. When I pull up on the server, guys, we're pregnant. Who's we? Oh, Winter. I don't have the tools for that job. It's okay. Anything can be done by 4. I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna get banned. By the way, this is a joke. This is all a joke. Twitch. Like, if he's not getting pregnant, you're not trying hard enough. Obviously. So, Mari, I have full faith in you. Mari says, bitch. This is why we can't have nice things. No, we can. Of course we can. This is why Mpreg is gonna be a thing. Mpreg is one of the nice things we're gonna have. If we just try hard enough, it's gonna happen. Can take her anywhere. I remember this. Oh god, that reminded me of this one time we raided. Who was it? Who did we raid? And they were like, I can't take you anywhere, can I? I was like, no. Oh. It was Aku. Oh yeah, it was Aku. Because that's the exact place I got it. Right. I don't even remember what I said, but I just got told I can't take you anywhere, can I? I was like Man, I am so funny. I am just so hilarious. Whatever helps you sleep at night, dear. You see my jokes. By the way, you got the meow 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 from me. If we go back in time and I really think, you know how I know? Because I used to do it a lot, and then you picked it up from me. So don't even try this shit with me, buddy. Okay? Okay. I mean, you want to list the shit you might have said. Then make one, it'll be long though. Yes, please make one. One thing. There were a lot of things I just can't remember because I kind of, it don't bother me that much. But there are things that you have picked up from me, and then when I try to reclaim it, you're like, you're stealing my jokes. Next room, she repeats, if it's funny, it's funny. What am I supposed to do? If it's funny, it's funny. I read a thing, my brain likes it, it stores it in somewhere, and then later I'm like, oh my god, this thing. Haha hee hee. Donut can be occasionally funny. There are very rare occasions where he's like a little bit hilarious. Listen, man, realistically, nothing in this world is original. Um, that is my excuse, that is my justification over here. Please don't cancel me. Please don't cancel me before I get the chance to chance to go full time. Okay, don't get existential. I'm not getting existential, I'm getting philosophical. Google Duck, you're gonna be fired. No! I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being hot and smart and funny and amazing and so cool to hang out with and so um um uh insanely attract. I'm joking by the way. It's all a joke. It's all a joke, none of it's real. I'm sorry for pulling mad bitches, aha. Literally does not pull anybody, by the way. What was that one thing? I'm sorry for having great tits and right opinions. That is so me, except I'm only right about the second part of that sentence. Anyways. Oh, okay. This girl sends me memes, but most of them are just making fun of me. No. You mean the first part? I mean the second part. The last meme I sent her already got used on the stream, so like, why am I here? Wait, what? Wait, what? I dropped a thing. Okay, what meme did you send me that I already used? Also, I'm gonna deal with you later, metalhead. The fucking if that bastard were a seahorse thing. Wait, did you send that to me? Wait, was it you who sent that to me? Yeah, that was you that sent that. Okay, you know what? You're right. You know what? You're right. I just remembered. Also, give me one itty bitty moment. It's her aura. It's my aura, guys. In just my, is it in just your left ear? Hold on, let me see. No, it's louder in your left ear. It's coming through both ears. It's just louder in one ear. This is what you hear in her presence. You know what? I don't know. Perchance. Anyways, so how long is this? I'm gonna just... I'm cooked, bro. I cleared my throat. Hello? A small woman popped up from behind the desk. I recognized her as the same woman who had given the... given us a lecture in 5th grade. Hello, how can I help you boys? She asked, walking out to greet us. Yeah, I have a few questions about Trisking's history, I guess? Oh, great. Is this for an end of the year report? Have a seat, boys. She gestured to the empty chair sitting behind the other desk. I nodded at Kyle and he sat down, looking uneasy. Yeah, it's for an essay we have to write. Hey, I think you gave a lecture to us like 7 years ago at school. Oh, yes, I give that lecture every year with Mr. Prescott, she smiled. Yeah, it was you and the other guy, too. A bald guy, Kyle said, shifting uncomfortably in the wooden chair. Yes, that was my fiancé. How do you say this name? What? He passed several years ago. Oh, Kyle said. Oh, so, Miss Scanlon. But you can call me Catherine, she said. Catherine, I tried. I hate calling adults by their first names. We want to know about the McCaskey kids? Ooh, Catherine said, shaking her head. A dark part of history there, but still history nonetheless. Yeah, so when did that happen? And how did they die? Kyle added. Well, they didn't die. I mean, they certainly perished in the mines, but their bodies were never recovered, so we don't know the answer to that. I would think dehydration, starvation, and exhaustion killed them within days of getting lost down there. And to your second question, that was 1953, I believe. And the mines closed that year? Well, actually, the mines officially closed the year after. There was a legal spat between the city and the Prescott family who wanted to leave the mines open until the bodies were found. The city won and the mines were condemned. Wait, why did the Prescotts care? Don't you want to write this down? Catherine asked. Cal tapped his head twice with his finger. Catherine shrugged and continued. Oh. Well, the Prescott and the McCaskey family were closely related. Tom Prescott was paying teams of unemployment. Teams? What? Of unemployed. Okay, teams of unemployed minors. Minors? Of course, minors are unemployed. They're kids. I'm joking. Teams of unemployed miners to go down to the mines and search for the bodies. The city had had enough of it. The mountain was unstable and they didn't want any more deaths. The mines had been abandoned years before and were structurally unsafe. After the city banned the recovery teams from the mines, members of the Prescott family started going down there themselves. Finally, the city had had enough and they had the mines collapsed. With bombs? Kyle asked. Well, with explosives. And that's what led to the incident. By this time, the mines had been unprofitable for a few years, and the city was quite broke. They hired a less than reputable company to collapse the mines, and, well, when they set off the explosive, they accidentally broke into the Drisking's water table. The city went into debt trying to purify the water of silt and iron ore. It wasn't until 2 years later that things started getting better, thanks to the Prescotts who truly did revitalize Drisking. Kyle's phone chirped and he pulled it out of his pocket. It's Kimber. She wants us to come over. Okay, thanks, Miss Scanlon. I meant Catherine. Sure. If you have any other questions, feel free to come by. We're almost always open during the day. Oh, or you can email me. She dug into her jacket pocket and pulled out a loose business card. It was creased and had a dusty smudge on it. Thanks. So what do you think? Kyle asked when we got in the car. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, why would the Prescotts give a shit if the town suffers after they refused to help them find their family and were actively working against them? Maybe they forgave and forgot. Kyle shrugged. Does Jimmy Prescott seem like a guy to forgive and forget to you? Ugh, no. And his dad is even worse. Exactly. Maybe we should turn here. Sorry, Kimber's still babysitting and she's over on Amherst? Whatever. When we pulled up, Kimber was out in the front yard with two young boys who were playing in the driveway. She was holding a sleeping baby and waving to us. We parked in the driveway and she introduced us to the two older kids. They gave us shy hellos and then ran off to continue their game. Once they left, we explained everything that had happened to Kimber, while she listened and rocked the baby in her arms. Sam is right, that doesn't make sense. But why are we even concerned about something that happened decades ago? Whitney, Kyle said, so I didn't have to. A flash of surprise crossed Kimber's face and she walked over to put the baby down in his playpen. Then she walked back and pulled me into one of her famous super comforting, not so at all awkward hugs. When she released me, she began to pace around the driveway. Okay, so we think Whitney somehow got involved in all this, and you're right, if we want to figure this out, we need to start at the beginning. Phil is right. Every mystery in this town is one piece of a larger puzzle. It's all related. She stopped and looked over at us. We need to go to the source if we want answers. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Kyle agreed. Kyle agrees when Kimber says it, but the moment fucking Sam says it, it's like, oh, why are you doing this? You can't... You can't just say perchance crushing turds. If you lock in, you're done in like 20 minutes. But I like talking to you guys. I like giving you attention. Is that so bad? Wyatt? Give these... Okay, so I'm for once being nice to you, and you hit me with a D's nuts joke. You know what? I'm taking away your lead mod. Clearly, you don't appreciate me and my niceness when I am being nice. And then you're like, oh, she's so mean. She's never nice to me. What? But when I am, you want to be like this. No. I get it. I understand. I perfectly understand everything. You just fucking hate me. How dare you as a man shush me as a woman? Don't you know that that is illegal? I'm never saying that again, bro. Oh my god. As I check up on you so often because I hate. Yeah. If I had a doll for every time she claimed I hated her. Well, I know you don't because you also put up with me a lot. Like, you put up with a lot of the shit that I say and do. Show up every time because we hate her so much. I'm not talking about Mari and Winter and Metal, by the way. I'm talking about specifically Donut. Because I was being nice just now and he hit me with the whole fucking these nuts thing. Go fuck yourself. Hi, Tempted. Hi, Steve. How are you? Oh my god, it's been so long. How are you? Lurking in the basement. Thank you so much for the lurk. I check up on you so often and you think I... Yes. 100%. Because there is always an ulterior motive. Don't even test me. Hit you with these... Bye. What's up, dog? What's up with you, dog? You tell me first. I know he likes to hang out in the hideaway and get drunk with ex-Sheriff Clary. No, Kyle, not Jimmy. His dad. Tom? He's so crazy they put him in a home. He's the horse's mouth though, isn't he? Jimmy isn't likely to know half as much as his dad. But as Kyle and Kimber... fuck, I'm so sorry, guys. As Kyle and Kimber argued, I watched the kids chase each other around the tree in their front yard. There seemed to be something carved in the bark. Words, not unlike the triple tree at Ambercott Fort. I was too far away to read what it said. He got you, he got you. I heard the youngest one call to his brother. The skinned man got you. Now you have to die. Huh? Now, Peter, I was touching the tree. No, you weren't. You're a liar. One of them got you, and now you have to meet the shiny gentleman. No, I don't. Kimber, Josh is cheating. I shuddered and turned away from them. Where's the nut house? I interrupted them. Is it close? It's not a nut house. It's more like a hospice? Is that how it's said? Kimber chided. The rumor I've heard is that he's at Golden Elm and that's in Cape... Oh my days, what are these words? I'm not reading that. That's about 40 minutes away, Kyle said and pulled out his phone. I'll check the visiting hours for Tuesdays. Sam, do you work tomorrow? I work every day, but I'll get out of it. I promised. Okay, cool. Let's plan to leave after school. The following day dragged on like any last Tuesday of the school year. Most people talked about what they did with their ditch day or complained about a cop showing up at their house to issue them a ticket while sliding less than pleased looks at me. When the final bell rang at 3:30, I grabbed my bag and booked it out to my car. Kyle and Kimber were already waiting for me. The drive took longer than we expected when I got lost in Cape whatever. Hospital. I'm head out half a stream vent. I am enjoying being a ghost. LMAO. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying at least. Thank you so much for dropping by. You have a good time, okay? Text me. Send me reels. I cannot promise that I'll look at all of them every day, but I will look at the reels that you send at some point in the next 2 weeks. Because I'm slow. Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance. I'm always talking Venom, making sure they eat and wrap them into a burrito blanket for comfort. Anyways, back to lurking within the basement walls. Okay. Generally just zoned out from our home city. And it's people. I don't know why LMAO. I'm just people to you? I'm just one of the people to you. You don't care. I'm not your friend. I'm just some bitch. I'm joking, by the way. But she will get pissed the moment you don't immediately react to one of her reels. No, that's not how it is. The thing is, I open Instagram, I send reels, and then I close it, and then I don't open it for days. And the next time I open it, I only open it to repost a reel on my story, and then I leave. I haven't opened the 3 reels she sent me, LMAO. No, it's fine. Don't open them. Block me too. That's also okay. I'm joking. I'm joking. I am joking. This is a joke. I am silly, tee-hee giggling. It's not serious. You're good, Steam. You're okay. As long as, in my defense, I am depressed as shit. Just don't be depressed, because sad backwards... sad backwards is... next time she DMs me, I'm not gonna reply on purpose. Alright. We'll see. We'll see. We'll fucking see, buddy. Gerardo? Gerard? Wait. Gerard? I'm calling it Gerard. Gerardo. Yeah, I'm calling it Gerardo. Because Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. When I got lost in Cape Girardeau, the town was bigger than Drisking and the streets weren't laid out with any sort of planning or logic. By the time we arrived at Golden Elm, we had only 20 minutes left for visiting hours. "We're here to see Mr. Thomas Prescott," Kimber told the nurse at the front desk. "We let her do the talking since she has a disarming, old-fashioned charm about her that put people in a friendly mood." "Old Tom? Wow, he hasn't had a visitor since Christmas when his son came up. Sign the check-in sheet and take a visitor sticker." "Your family, then? Do you know where his room is?" The nurse arched a thin, suspicious eyebrow. "I'm sorry, we don't." Kimber apologized. "My mother has been asking me to check in on my great-uncle while she's away doing Doctors Without Borders. I should have gotten more information from her, but you know, she only has so many minutes to call home." "Oh, of course, dear. Let me get someone to escort you." An orderly led us to Tom Prescott's room, which we found empty. He pointed down the hall and said he likes to read in the sunroom. We walked down the hall and found an old, thin man sitting alone and whispering to himself. He was sitting at a table in front of the backgammon board, moving chess pieces around it. "Tom Prescott?" Kimber said, smiling. He didn't look up, and I wondered if he'd heard her at all. Kimber took a deep breath to try again, but the old man suddenly slammed his fist on the table. "I'm him, goddammit. I'm Mr. Thomas Prescott. Don't call me Tom. People's kids used to have more respect." "I'm sorry, sir," Kimber said gently as she sat down in the chair opposite him. "You kids have no respect. Do you even know who I am? It's my son that's done it. That boy's mama should have whipped him, but she was soft, and now he's running around my town spreading his vulgarity and disrespect. Our apologies, Mr. Prescott. We never meant to be disrespectful. We greatly admire you. You're the man who built our town into what it is today. Everyone remembers that. King was suffering and the town was dying, and then you fixed it. We know that. I did what I had to do, the old man grumbled. It was my town. It still is. Who are you, little girl, to come in here and suggest otherwise? Ah, no, that's not what I said. Kimber changed tactics. And as for who we are, we're Mira McCaskey's kids. Do you remember the McCaskeys? Huh, so you're Ida's granddaughter. That explains why you're not there. We exchanged puzzled looks. We're right here, Mr. Prescott, Kimber said. You know what I meant, young lady. They all know. They know I rescued the town. That's my town. Of course they were going to let me do anything I wanted as long as the money kept coming in. That's why it's my town. Is the money still coming in? Kimber tested. Well, you're here, aren't you? They didn't like it, but they took the money. They didn't know. Not everything they didn't. But they suspected some. And they must have been okay with it because they kept electing Clary and they kept taking the money. Prescott picked up a pawn and ran his fingers over it as he talked. It's just a powder, you know. So unassuming. A fine, soft powder. The powder doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know it's bad. It's the people who say it's bad. But it needed to be done. You know that, Ida. You know we had to do it. Kimber hooked him in. I know we had to do it, but it's your son. I don't think he's doing it right. Well, of course he isn't. The elderly Prescott slammed his fist on the table again, and two rooks tumbled to the floor. They were mine. He took them from me. He thought he could do it better, but he took mine and he ruined my legacy. Decades of work, and now it's all run by the powder. It's the dust of the crumbled empire. What about the skinned men? I asked, caught up in the moment. What are you talking about, boy? He growled. And the treehouse, the triple tree, what is it? What is it for? Triple tree? I didn't authorize that. We paid triple the price, but it was only for a short while, when things were slow. We certainly never charged triple. That's bad business. Where is Has my idiot boy been telling you that? Did he offer you triple for them? He's ruining my town, isn't he? Damn it, Jimmy, you get him in here. Ida, get my boy on the phone. You tell Jimmy I want to talk to him. You tell him they're still mine. This guy's actually going insane. Okay. Kimber jumped up and Kyle pushed her behind him as the old man rose to his feet, tall and imposing. We were backing towards the door when the orderly came in with a disapproving look on his face and shooed us out. Long after we'd made it to the lobby, we still could hear Tom Prescott yelling for his son. The ride home was quiet, and I spent it trying to fit in the pieces of the puzzle together. The skinned men, the triple tree, the shiny gentleman, the powder. These things seemed to have been pulled blindly from the ether, random and meaningless. The veil over my eyes was thick and heavy, but I was closer to Borrasca than I'd ever been before. I could feel it all around me, but I couldn't see it. I could almost touch it, but I couldn't yet comprehend it. I suddenly realized that Kyle was pulling off the road, and I snapped out of my contemplation. He pulled the car in park and turned around to look at me in the back seat. Is this really about Whitney, Sam? Yes. Kimber watched us with worried eyes. Why do you think that? The cops, even your father confirmed that Whitney ran away. I don't believe them, I said through clenched teeth. Look, Sam, we're getting pretty deep in here, and I am with you every step, but... Can I read? I am with you every step. But I have to know that there is a reason we're doing this. And pulling Kimber in too, I have to know this is important for you for the right reasons and not just an obsession. I looked out the window and realized he'd pulled over near the West Rim Prescott or trailhead. He was right to worry, and even more so to be protective of Kimber. Kyle was thinking it, and so was I. The powder. If Borrasca really did involve moving mass amounts of drugs, Did I want to involve my friends any further? This wasn't their fight. I loved these people. Could I really risk their safety for my own curiosities and vendettas? But as hard as I wished I could let them go, I knew I needed them. I have to know what really happened to Whitney, I whispered. Kyle turned back around without a word, and Kimber placed her hand on mine. I jerked my hand away and crossed my arms and then immediately apologized. Kimber just smiled in a forgiving sort of way. Kyle sighed. Sam. He was interrupted by the piercing ring of Kimber's phone. She scrambled for herself to silence it, but when she saw the name on the screen, she quickly answered. Dad? What? Wait, what do you mean? Dad? No, wait, slow down. Hello? She took the phone away from her ear. Something happened with my mom, and she's at the hospital. Tears filled Kimber's soft green eyes. Kyle threw the car in gear and screeched off the parking lot. We made the 10-mile trip to the hospital in as many minutes, which was criminally fast on surface streets. Kyle stopped the car at the emergency entrance and Kimber and I ran inside. A deputy was there waiting. He refused to answer Kim's desperate questions as he led us to her father. When the deputy swung open the doors, I saw my dad standing next to Kimber's, and I braced myself for the worst. Kimber's dad took her in one direction, and my dad took me in the other. Before he said a word, I saw Kimber crumble to the floor. My goodness fucking gracious. Kimber crumbled to the floor on the other side of the room. I looked at my dad helplessly, and he gave me a sympathetic nod and pulled me into a hug. We sat down in a corner, and I stared at my hands as he quietly explained that Mrs. DeStaro had gone grocery shopping at around 1 o'clock, come home, put the groceries away, made 2 lasagnas and a meatloaf, and put them in the freezer. Then she got in her car, drove to the hospital, parked in the shade, took the stairs up 7 floors to the roof, and jumped off of it. She lived long enough to apologize to the EMT who found her. I watched Kimber fall apart as her mother's body slowly grew cold in the morgue one floor beneath us. Hi, JK. Bro is on some, if you are homeless, just buy a home ban. Thank you for the stretch. Thank you for the water. Thank you for the pets. I hope you're doing okay. How are you? Oh, fuck. One moment. I dropped something. Yes, I'll take a sip of water. I am just dropping everything, aren't I? Everything. Where did it go? Oh. Bakamon. I've never related to a character more. I'm back just to say night night, guys. Good night. Thank you so much for dropping by, but drugs are the best. No, Gotta head off. Bye. Thank you so much for dropping by, Winter. Emotional damage. Yeah. Things are happening. But that was our, part 2 of Borrasca. I'm just listening to you read. Voice is soothing. We just finished. Typically. Also, hello. Quadruple 7. First live LOL, what is this? This is called Borrasca. It's a little creepy story on the No Sleep subreddit. But yeah, that was our chapter 2. How many chapters are there? I remember seeing it last time, but well, whatever. Goodness fucking gracious. Chapter 3, chapter 4. Typically, I do these streams a lot later in the day. But oh, let's not open that actually. That's a Facebook link. But there's 4 parts to this, and we are at part 2. So we have already made it halfway. Last time was a few weeks ago, so there's 4 chapters, 2 more weeks. Yeah, 2 more weeks. I mean, unless I do like a double reading stream in a week, which probably won't be the case. I like doing these like once a week on Fridays. But well, so the next one should be on the 10th, and today is the 4th. Friday is nice for it usually, yeah, because that's when, like, you know, people are coming home and they're resting. You know, weekend. And part of the reason why, let me change to. Part of the reason why I have these on Fridays is because Friday the 13th, that was my thinking of it. I was like, you know what? Not every Friday is going to be Friday the 13th, but it's going to come around at some point. And luckily this year we have 3. We already passed 2 of them. The third one is supposed to be a lot later in the year, but it's supposed to be there. This year has 3 Friday the 13th. So it's, yeah. It's a good time for, it's a good year for these streams. It's a shame that it's always next one in November. Yep. It's a shame that these streams are so cursed. And cursed in the sense that genuinely shit fucks up. Aye, aye. Specifically these streams, right? Like, it's always these streams, like the creepy reading streams that are like, something's fucking up. I don't know what it is. More water? Okay, I'll drink more water. Have you been drinking water? Mr. JKVT? You know what? You should chug water twice as well. My model has been tweaking out. You'll be fine all week. Moment Friday rolls around. Oops, everything breaks. That's the issue. I don't know why it does that. I'll leave the one redeem, the Love Me redeem, for whenever we're doing the next stream, which is tomorrow. Right, by the way, since I'm about to wrap up, just making sure to check a couple things over here. Since we're about to wrap up, for those of you who are lurking, thanks. I'm back. Anyways, I'm wrapping up. So, for those of you who are lurking, be sure to, either, keep the stream on 1 or 2% volume or mute the tab you have the stream on. Otherwise, you can also interact with chat. There is a lurker check-in thing, a redeem, or you can interact with chat in another way. So Twitch knows that you are a real person and not a bot and counts your viewer count if you want to support your streamers. Let me look for someone to raid before it dies even more. fucking dies, bro. Fucking dying over here. Let me see who I can raid. Oh, wait. Oh my god, Hero is streaming. I don't know how many of you were there for the Smash or Pass stream that I did, but Hero is one of the people that I met from there, and they are really cute. So I wanna raid them. They are a potion brewing slime, and they're playing 7 Days to Die. Ew, ew, ew. I hear my own voice. Ew. Is it the biteable AF slime dude? It is the biteable AF slime dude. It is the biteable slime dude. Yes. So that's my raid message if you'd like to copy that. I also have, let me make the raid first actually. Those are all my links if you want to ever I have a YouTube where I do girlfriend ASMR if you're ever interested in that for whatever fuck ass reason. You can check that out if you'd like. Chompy cat raid or something. Yes, let's go. Um and I've got like a bunch of other shit. I've got a Discord if you'd like to join. We often do fun stuff there. Sometimes I drop by general chat, sometimes I drop by voice calls. We do like community events sometimes. It's a lot of fun there. You should definitely join if you're not a part of it already. It's super fun in the Discord. You also get to talk to other members. That's probably the most fun part. We do karaoke nights, we do movie nights, we do music nights. We do community hangouts where we just hop on call and we chat. Can my model fucking but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow. For some more yapping because I fucking love yapping with you guys so fucking much. And I will make a raid on YouTube as well, by the way. So we'll see who we can raid there. But yeah, thank you so much for dropping by. I've got a Twitter as well if you want to see that. Anyways, bye bye. I've got a Twitch. I've got a Twitch. I've got a Twitter. Anyways, I'm gonna make a raid over on YouTube. Who can I raid? Can I raid anybody? I don't think I can raid anybody. Anyways, bye bye.